Hello ladies and gentlemen and welcome to my channel, and today I'm gonna be talking about my top 5 of romance anime, and I suggest we're not gonna waste any time and just begin with number 5. Number 5 on my list is Plastic Memories. It's a romance, drama, and science fiction anime and is written by Naotaka Hayashi, directed by Yoshiyuki Fujiwara, and it was aired in 2015. It has in total 13 episodes, so it's actually really short. And a little bit about the plot. It takes place in a city in the near future in Japan, I guess. The company SAI Corp has created a special kind of androids which look exactly like humans, so-called giftias. But they not only look like humans, they have all emotions, memories, and feelings like humans. The problem is they live only a certain time. They even live less than humans. And when it comes to the end of their time, these androids turn into like monsters. So what happens? Memory loss, personality disintegration, and heavy outbreaks of violence. To avoid such, the memories of the giftias have to be erased, and the android itself has to be taken away from the owner. So the protagonist Tsukasa one day joins the company to work there and meets the giftia Ayla, who becomes the partner of him in collecting and finding giftias running out of time. Tsukasa and Ayla soon become more than just working partners and develop feelings for each other. The problem is Tsukasa doesn't know that Ayla doesn't have much time left. So what will happen when Tsukasa soon finds out that Ayla is running out of time? Honestly, this is a very sad anime. It really moved me to tears because it's dealing with the subject loss of somebody you love, and we all know that it is very sad when somebody we love pass away, or even knowing about that is just destroying you. But moreover, I just like the illustration. I remember that it was really nice to watch, and I just can recommend it for anybody who wants to watch a science fiction romance anime but doesn't have so much time, because it's actually a really short anime with only 13 episodes. Yeah, I guess we should continue with number 4. Number 4 is Maid-sama, or actually Kaicho wa Maid-sama. It's a comedy romance and has in total 26 episodes. It's directed by Hiro Fujiwara and is released in 2010 actually always, and the manga was even released in 2005, I guess. So about the content, the Seika High School was once an all-boys school but recently has become a mixed-gender education school, so it's also for girls and for boys now. However, the female students still remain a minority and sometimes they suffer from the boys' humiliation and their bad behavior. But the girl Misaki Ayazawa works hard to make the school a better place for girls, and she becomes the first female student council president. For the others, she's a strict boy-hating dictator, but also a hope for the teachers and female students. But despite her high reputation at school, she has financial problems at home, so she works part-time at a maid cafe, what she tries to hide from her friends in school. Unfortunately, her secret is soon discovered by the popular boy at her school, Takumi Usui. But instead of spreading her secret, he starts visiting her at the cafe daily, what is getting on Misaki's nerves. Usui is known for being loved by many girls at school, which often try to confess their feelings to him, but he always rejects them in a rather harsh way. He shows no interest to these girls, but Misaki seems to be different to him. And an interesting and funny love story begins. What I liked about this anime is that the idea is kind of unique, it is really interesting, and it was really funny to watch it. We're coming to number 3. Number 3 is Akagami no Shirayuki Hime. It's a romance fantasy anime and was released in 2015. Altogether, I guess it has 24 episodes and 2 seasons. It is written by Sorata Akizuki and directed by Masahiro Ando. The anime has its origins in Snow White, but the story is actually rather different. So Shirayuki is a young lady with unique apple red hair. When she's discovered by a famous but foolish Prince Reggie and falls in love with her mostly because of her hair and wants her to become his concubine. Shirayuki, not agreeing with that, cuts her hair and escapes to a neighbor country. Traversing through the forest, she meets a young boy named Zen, who later turns out to be a prince as well. He wants to help her but gets poisoned by an apple which was actually meant for Shirayuki. Meanwhile, Prince Reggie sends out henchmen to search for her. Well, it sounds really dramatic, but I cannot tell you more about the plot without spoiling, so I'm so sorry. But I can tell you this is really cute. First, it seems like it's very kitschy or something, but it is really cute and it's so nice illustrated. I love how it's drawn and I love the music. Sometimes I remember animes for their music, because music is so important to create the atmosphere in an anime, in a movie or whatever, and that's also why I really like it and I just can recommend it. Number 2 is Kami-sama Hajime Mashita, or also known as Kami-sama Kiss. It's a romance, fantasy, and comedy anime that was first released in 2012. It's written by Julieta Suzuki and directed by Akitaro Daichi. Until now, it has 2 seasons with each 12 episodes with some OVAs, and I guess there will be a 3rd season of it. So Nanami Momozomo wants a normal school life like any other schoolgirl, but instead she must deal with the fact that her father is a constant gambler and has lost all the money they had in games. Not being able to pay pay the rent, Nanami gets kicked out of her apartment and is homeless now. But fortunately, she meets a strange man hanging from a tree in a park because he's being chased by a dog. It was a really awkward moment. After saving him from the dog, she learns that the man is called Mikage and tells him about her current situation. Mikage decides to give Nanami his home as a symbol of his gratitude and grace. She accepts the offer and Mikage disappears. Nanami is shocked when she's arrived at the house because it's not a normal home, it's a shrine for worship. There she meets the fox yokai Tomoe. Turns out that Mikage used to be the earth deity of the shrine and has bestowed upon her his mark so that she may be the new deity. First, neither Nanami nor Tomoe are thrilled about it, but soon Nanami tries to work hard in her new position. Meanwhile, Nanami and Tomoe begin to develop feelings for each other and experience many adventures together. This anime is so cute, so touching, and it's one of the few like kitschy romance anime which are really good. I don't even can say that it is really kitschy. It is really so good illustrated. The story is good. I just can recommend it to all girls searching for a good romance anime. And the last one is Romeo x Juliet. It's a romance, fantasy, drama, and action anime and was released in 2007, so it's actually quite old. Produced by Toyo Ikeda and Fumitoshi Oizaki. In total, it has 24 episodes. It is based on Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, so the main plot is very similar to the original. You might think now, oh my gosh, then it is total bullshit, I guess. I mean, it's almost the same like Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet. No, listen to me now. It has its differences, first because it takes place in a fantasy world and because it just has a lot of action in it. You may think it's kitschy, and I heard from many people that they think that it is, yeah. But it's so much better, really. It is so much better. There's so much emotion put into the whole anime. When I was watching Romeo and Juliet, it was not that emotional and you couldn't pursue the plot actually like you could in Romeo x Juliet. Even though it is in a fantasy world, the actions are like more realistic. I don't know how to describe it. It moved me to tears. Actually, not only moved me to tears, it made me cry as hell. Really, even when I watched Planet, I didn't cry that much. I'm sorry, but I was just so suffering. It took me like probably almost an hour to calm down, to stop crying. It was so horrible, but I also liked it so much. I only can recommend it to you. So these were my top romance animes, and if you're wondering now why Planet is not on my list, I decided Planet is rather a drama anime than a romance anime. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope I could help you a bit and now you have an idea which romance anime to watch next. And if I could help you or if you recognize some anime, then I'd be happy if you give me a thumbs up and subscribe. It's all down below, and I guess see you next time. I wish you have a good week and goodbye.